As I'm waiting for my train here in the little town of Murg in southern Germany, I just saw this building and had some reflections. It is the Riegele Bierablage here in southern Germany. And this used to be a sort of beer producer, and I just passed by it. It has these huge, what I suppose is a sort of courtyard over there, and I think it was at some point a guest house as well, so you could sort of come there, taste beers, buy beers. I don't know if they actually produce them here and what a beer Ablage basically means, a distributor, let's say. But it is now, it seems out of business and run down. I think you could actually spend some, let's say, a weekend here as well. It looks like a comfortable sort of guest house from back in the day, let's say 50 years ago. I don't know exactly, 40 years. And at some point it closed down. And I was just wondering, how is it possible that we let this all go to waste? Like, obviously things modernize. We have our IPA and lagers that are made by microbreweries and stuff, but the cultural heritage, it is like slowly going to be replaced by this whole modernized grey blob where all beer smells and tastes like socks, and I just don't like it very much anymore. The traditions are sort of wasted. And beer in Germany, it's obviously the nation's pride, but I don't drink. I haven't drank since 6 months by now, but I like alcohol-free beer, and I know Germany makes some seriously good alcohol-free beers. But I struggle to find any beer at all. I was just at a supermarket where they don't sell any cold beers for just on the way, let's say, or for in the park. Now, obviously, I live in Bulgaria. I'm used to that you see people drinking for better or worse. But here, that's not a thing because you cannot drink in the street. Berlin is sort of tolerated, but in the rest of Germany it's a bit strict and conservative, and honestly I struggle to find any beer at all. So even alcohol-free ones, which I just like to have, for example, in the train or when I sit down somewhere on a bench, just a nice alcohol-free beer just for the taste, the freshness, there's nothing quite beating it because it has less of the bad ingredients that, for example, some soda has, for example, Coke or Fanta, and the beer is just a pretty decent option, especially if it's alcohol-free. But it's gone because everything in our lives is being moderated to bits by these health and safety individuals that seem to be very selective in what they actually care about. Because what I did see instead of alcohol-free beers is energy drinks. Energy drinks are bad for young people. It destroys your heart because of the ingredient taurine, which is a very, very harmful ingredient, which is actually known by the scientific community. And that's a thing what we should actually be concerned about, and not alcohol-free beers that people just walk, sit down and enjoy for the freshness of it, you know? And exactly this over-regulation of everything in the whole west of Europe seems to me a bit too much, a bit excessive, because what are we going to end up with a nanny state or something where I understand that in a gas station you cannot buy cold beers, at least in Bulgaria you can. I think that should be discouraged. I sort of understand, but in the supermarket, come on, give the guys a cold one that they can just pop open on a warm and sunny day, and actually regulate the energy drinks. And what it seems to me is that actively the guilty pleasures are being, or sorry, the little pleasures are being taken out of our lives by our governors. What we're actually left with that gets little awareness of them is the things that are actually harmful, such as these energy drinks, which are just not good for you, for young developing people. It's a bad thing, and these things are actually not regulated at all, and sort of disturbs me that the little pleasures that might actually be sort of harmless, they are taken away, and the things that are actually bad, it is as if they are proactively encouraging us to do bad things to ourselves, but something that we might actually enjoy is not allowed anymore. It seriously disturbs me, and it makes me think what our governors, at least in Western Europe, are doing, because in Bulgaria we still get to enjoy the little pleasures, as I say, for better or worse, because some people don't consume them responsibly, but now even the responsible people are punished by this whole nanny state, daddy govern me harder mentality, and it disturbs me. In our case, just some German reflections. I'm hopping on the next train coming from that direction. So I'll catch you later, folks.